we were solving earlier. So let's move on to the question where we stopped. We were done with this question. We were done with question number 7, right? So we need to start with question number 8.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
So, Walaikum Salam, Ariba. Were you able to join Bitte now?
Yes, ma'am.
That's great.
Uh, Actually, what are we doing?
So, Bitte, we are just going to start. And I told your friends that we will complete past paper in the first half of the class, inshallah. And in the second, half, we will do a revision worksheet related to arithmetic sequences. All right. So, Ariba, can you see the screen also? Can you see the screen, Bitte? Ji, Bitte. Ariba, can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, let's start with question number 8. So we will quickly start. You need to keep answering me so that we can uh, do it quickly. Bete. So a regular polygon has an exterior angle of 60 degree. So this is question number 8. I am getting basically two information you can say from the question statement. First is a regular polygon. What does this mean? Who can answer? What information I am getting from this keyword? A regular polygon. Anyone? What is a
When
regular
all
polygon?
sides are equal.
That's correct. When all sides and angles are equal. So has an exterior angle of 60 degree. All right. So the second thing which I am getting from the question statement is that all the exterior angles are 60 degree. Why do I know that all the angles are 60 degree? Because it's a regular polygon. In a regular polygon, interior angles are same. So that's why exterior angles are also same. So how do you think we can calculate interior angle of that polygon? So can you recall the relationship between interior and exterior angle? Anyone can tell me? What about Hanan? Hanan, can you recall the relationship between exterior angle and interior angle in a polygon?
Ma'am, do we have to one minus 180, minus 60?
That's right. So, bete, the relationship between interior and exterior angle is that their sum is always 180 degree. If this is one interior angle, I hope you can see. So, this is exterior angle for that particular point or that particular vertex. If this is vertex A, so this is the relation between interior and exterior angle, that their sum should be 180 degree. So, we will use this property. If you can remember that when we started this chapter, polygons, so we wrote the properties, four major or general properties of polygons. In that, we wrote down that the sum of exterior and interior angle is always 180 degree. So it means we can use this property that exterior angle plus interior angle is equal to 180 degree.
180.
That's right. So now interior angle would be 180 minus 60 degree. So the interior angle of this particular polygon is 120 degree. All right. So this is just 1 mark question in the paper. Now the second part of the same question, calculate the number of sides of that polygon. So how can we calculate the number of sides? We have done these questions many times in the classroom also. So can anyone tell me how can I calculate the number of sides of this polygon? I know the value of each exterior angle as well as each interior angle. What should I do?
Ma'am, n minus 2 multiplied by 180.
But that is the sum of interior angle in C part. Can you see that? Sum of interior angle. That is the sum of interior angle. That is the total interior angle inside a polygon. But here we need to find out the number of sides. So we have we used different ways to calculate the number of sides of a polygon. So can we find, I'm giving you a hint, how can we find number of sides if we know the exterior angle? Ariba, can you answer it? How can we find number of sides if we know the exterior angle? Anyone who know the answer, please be quick. Don't waste time on this.
Ma'am, can I tell?
Ji Hanan,
We have to divide 360 by 60.
that's correct. So we are using the property that the exterior angle of a polygon is always 360. So if I divide 360 by a single
Ma'am,
exterior angle,
ma'am,
give it
ma'am, the
to
answer
G.
would be 6. Ma'am, the answer
Six
would be
sides.
6 sides.
That's correct. It is six-sided figure. So now in the next part, they're asking you to calculate the sum of interior angle of a six-sided polygon. So now we need to use the interior angle is equal to the total interior angle, I must say. So the same formula which Sania was saying. So Sania, can you repeat the formula? What is the formula of total interior angle? Yes, sum of interior angles.
Ma'am, n minus 2 multiplied by 180.
That's correct. N minus 2 into 180, where n is the number of sides. So it's a six-sided polygon. So 6 minus 2, it means that 4 into 180. What is the interior angle of a six-sided polygon? What is 4 into 180?
720. 720.
720. That's right. So we have written, we have, made a table also. We know that a hexagon is having interior angle equal to 720, right? So moving on to next question. Next question is basically a 2 marks question, and there are two figures. And the question is write down the order of rotational symmetry. So who can tell me for the A part, what is order of rotational symmetry? What is the answer I'm expecting? What do you think would be the answer? Will it be a sentence, a word, a number, an angle? What do you think would I would write down on this blank? Nasser,
A number?
a number, because it is order of rotational symmetry. All right. So I need to write down a number. So now can anyone tell me what would be the rotational symmetry of this figure A? Anyone can
Ma'am,
answer.
4.
Who
Ma'am,
said
4.
4?
Ma'am, 4.
That's correct.
Ma'am,
So
me.
who said 4? Amna, I can recognize the voice, but who said at the first?
Me. Marosh.
Sania? Maroj said. All right, that's good. So if I have to mark the center of rotation, so this is your center. And if I need to tell the angle of rotation, so what will be the angle of rotation? How can I find out? It's not asked right now, but I am just giving you ahead, I'm giving you some extra information. Like if this is also asked, this would be the center of rotation. Can you see the dot in the middle? And the angle of rotation we need to calculate by dividing this with 360. 360 divided by 4. The angle of rotation is 90 degree. Can anyone answer this question? Why we are dividing with 360? Why we divide with 360 degree while finding angle of rotation?
I'm like, because it's like rotating full 360, so that's why.
Excellent. So that is the perfect answer. Because we are rotating this shape along with the center at 360 degree. So that's why. That means that if this is point A, so I will rotate this point all the way around this circle and this A will come back to its original position. So it means it's a
Ma'am,
360
I
circle.
cannot see the screen. Ma'am, I cannot
So,
see the
so who's this, Amna?
Ma'am, can I tell why? All right.
All right, Sara. Ji bete, you can also tell.
Ma'am, it's because when we are doing the whole 360, so we will obviously come back to the original point, but we are trying to find how much degrees we need to make the shape the same again.
That's right. Very good. So, bete Amna, you cannot see the screen.
No, ma'am, all right. I can see.
All right. Sometimes it is, because of the slow internet also. So, who can tell me about figure B? Figure B. What would be the rotational symmetry? First of all, what does these lines mean? Every side of this part,
Side is equal.
that they are
It
all
is
equal
equal.
sides. It means the rotational symmetry is 5.
5.
Why do I know it's 5? And what is the relation between equal sides and this number 5? Because this is a regular pentagon. All the equal sides mean that this pentagon is not a normal pentagon. It's a special pentagon where all the sides and angles are same. So it's a regular pentagon. And I ask you to write down this in the fact that regular figures or regular polygons are having the number of their sides equal to line of symmetry as well as rotational symmetry. Remember that? So there are 5 sides. So 5 is the order of rotation symmetry as well as line of symmetry also. All right. So now how can, if I want to mark the center of this figure, so probably this will be the center of rotation. So now what will be the angle of rotation for this particular figure? So I will divide 360 by 5 and the
5.
answer would be, answer is 72 degree. And just like Sarah said, this 72 degree means that basically this is the angle of rotation, this angle. This is 72 degree. After every 72 degree, we will get the same shape back while rotating this figure. So it would be the same case 5 times during the whole rotation. All right. All right. So moving on to the next question. So this is a question which is left in the curriculum. Like when data is given in the ungrouped form and you are basically making your own class interval and you are changing an ungrouped data to a group data. So I'm skipping this question for now, hoping that we will go back to the on-site schooling from Monday onward and we will do this in the class together. All right. So I'm skipping this for now because this is the only topic which was left in this particular topic, that ungrouped data is given and you need to convert this ungrouped data into the group data. All right. So let's move on to the next question. If you can recall that this question number 11, 12, 13 and 14, I have given you as a homework.
Yes, ma'am.
I will share a video with you because we have discussed this homework in 8C in detail. So I will share that video with you also so you can, do the self-checking of your homework. All right. If there is any mistake, so you can do the corrections also with it. So moving on to question number 15. Question number 15 is basically a question of expand and factorize. So in the first question, expand the following a cube minus 729. So basically this is a formula which we have not done till now. Actually last year in 8th class, syllabus was almost same, but there was an additional formula which is not in the curriculum this time. But I think we should discuss this formula also because they might give you in the paper and usually the paper questions are not changed. So I'm telling you this formula right now. This is a formula a cube minus b cube. So I'm going to tell you two more formulas today along with those three formulas we have discussed earlier. One is a cube minus b cube and the other is a cube plus b cube. Please write down these formulas somewhere for your reminder. So this is an interesting formula. If this formula is there, a cube minus b cube, its answer is a minus b multiplied with a square plus ab plus b square. So the interesting thing here is that a minus b is having the same sign as this is having your left hand side. But this middle term is having a different sign. When there is a negative sign between cube numbers, there is a positive sign here. When there is a positive sign between the cube numbers, so AB term would be negative. So this sign is reverse sign. So if I will write down the other formula, it would be A plus B. This makes sense because there is a plus sign between the terms. A square minus AB plus B square. So this middle term of this formula, this is having a reverse sign. So you need to memorize these formulas also so that we are, having anything we don't know for the paper. So this is a cube. So I know this is a cube number. So can anyone tell me 729 is cube of what number? 729 is cube of what number? Any guesses? Eighth class, anyone? Can you tell me 729 is cube of which number?
9?
Ma'am,
That's right. It's a cube of 9.
9.
That's right. It's a cube of 9. So it's 9 cube. So now you see we can apply this formula. Formula 5 we can say. We can call this formula 4 and this formula 5. So formula 4 is with the plus sign, formula 5. So we need to apply formula 5. So but this time my A is equal to A, but my B is equal to 9. So in this formula, in formula 5, I will put A in place of A, but in place of B, I will put 9. So now I can write down this formula. Keeping in mind that my A is A, but B is 9. So A minus 9. Instead of A minus B, I will write down A minus 9. Now in the second bracket, A square. It would be A square plus AB. So 9 into a would be 9a. AB term plus b square. So b square means I need to take a square of 9. So 9 square is 81. And this is your answer. You have expanded it. Expand is the reverse operation of factorization. Expand means that you are making this expression a bigger expression. And you can see also it was a simple expression a cube minus 729, and you have changed it into this bigger expression in the expanded form, a minus 9 into a square plus 9a plus 81. All right. So we will practice this formula more when we will do revision of this topic. Moving on to B part, factorize the following. So there are many methods of factorization we have done. I want you to think about it. Which factorization method is this in first part? 4 terms.
Ma'am, taking common.
Taking common, but in the grouped form. So I will make 2 groups. But the problem is if I make this one group and this second group, there is no common from here. So what should I do?
We will switch the
Rearrange
group.
them.
We will rearrange. So I need to rearrange it because a square plus bc is not having anything common. So I can group it with which number? With which term?
AC.
AC plus BC plus AB. So I'm just checking if my answer is coming correct or not. So what is the common from A square plus AC? What can be taken as a common? A can be taken as a common. So the left is A plus C. Plus what can be taken as a common from this part?
And B.
We can take B common. So inside it is C plus A. Now this is A plus C and this is C plus A. Do you think they are same? A plus C, C plus
Yeah.
A. They are same, but with which property or law? Which property is this? This is basically, I'm writing on this side, A plus B, A plus C is same as C plus A. Which property is this? This is basically commutative property. All right. This is commutative property of addition, which says that order does not matter in addition. All right. You should know these properties even if you are going to do matric or O levels. So you will learn more about these properties in detail and you need to memorize so that you can quote them anywhere, use them anywhere. All right. So now I can take A plus C as common because I know they both are same and the remaining is A plus B. This is your final answer. So you have basically divided this expression into 2 factors. All right. So moving on to part 2. Who can tell me which factorization method I can use in part 2? Which factorization method? Two terms, both are square numbers,
Take their square.
and there is that's right. Which formula is this? This is factorization by formula, but which formula is this? Two terms, both are square
Formula 3.
numbers. Formula 3, very good. A square minus B square. So 25A square is a square of 5A and 64B square is square of 8B.
8B.
So A square minus B square. Using formula A square minus B square. So we know that A square minus B square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. So here a is equal to 5a, b is equal to 8b. So you can replace it. A plus b, so it means 5a plus 8b into 5a minus 8b. What I have done, it's a square minus b square, and I have written a plus b into a minus b. You can skip this part if you know this already. If you know the formula, you are confident, you can skip this part. Just write down directly 5a square minus 8b whole square is equal to 5a plus 8b into 5a minus 8b. So moving on to question number 16. Question number 16 is a very, you can say, very important question, because you need to learn what kind of question can come in the paper related to simultaneous equations. So understand the question first so that you are able to solve it easily. This is a 6 marks question in the paper. So the question is, the graph of x plus y is equal to 3 has been constructed on the grid below. So basically this line is a graph of x plus y is equal to 3. It's already plotted. So now what I need to do is find the solution of the given simultaneous equations by plotting 2x minus 3. So the A part is complete the table for the coordinates of 2x minus 3y is equal to 6. So it's a 2 marks question, the first part. Why? Because there are 2 missing values I need to fill. This one and this one. One is already calculated. So now how do I find if x is equal to minus 3, what is the value of y? How should I find? Can anyone tell me? If x is equal to minus 3, how can I calculate the corresponding value of y?
Ma'am, in the formula 2x minus 3y is equal to value of x.
That's right. We need to replace x with minus 3 in the equation to find out the corresponding value of y. So this is minus 6 minus 3y is equal to 6. If I take this 6 on the other side of the equation, so it would be minus 3y is equal to 6 plus 6 would be 12. This is minus 6 on this side of the equation. When it will go on the other side, it will be plus 6. So y is basically, if you divide 12 by minus 3, so your y is minus 4. So when x is minus 3, y is minus 4. Are you getting this 8 class? How do we find the
Yeah.
value? That's great. So second
Yes,
is,
ma'am.
I need to find out the value of y when x is 3. So I will do the same again. So I will put this value of x again. 2x minus 3y is equal to 6. So I will replace this x with 3. So 2 into 3 minus 3y is equal to 6. So minus 3y is equal to 6 minus 6. What is 6 minus 6? What is 6 minus 6? 6 minus 6 is 0. So it means that minus 3y is equal to 0. So what will be y? If minus 3y is 0, so what is y?
Also 0.
Y should be 0.
That's right. Y would be 0. If x is 3, y is 0. So now I have, calculated the 2 unknowns for the first part of this equation. See this. Complete the table. So I have already done. So now in the second part, they are saying construct the graph of 2x minus 3y is equal to 6 on the given grid. And this question is 3 marks question. Why it is 3 marks question? Because I need to plot 3 points. So now I'm going to
मैम आप
write down. Please. Sorry, bete.
मैम और लॉग इन करने में मैम
Sorry.
मैम वो जब लिंक डालते हैं तो उसका एरर आ रहा है
So, bete, I have shared a meeting ID and password also. You can join with that. So now before constructing the graph, let me write down the Cartesian point here. First point is minus 3 minus 4. Second is 0 minus 2. And the third point is 3 0. From where I have taken these 3 points? I have taken these 3 points from the table. All right. So now I am having 3 marks for plotting these 3 points. Now, sir, where this first point will go? Minus 3 minus 4. In which quadrant? X is also minus and Y is also minus. So in which quadrant it is? In which quadrant minus 3 minus 4 is?
Ma'am, in quadrant 3.
In quadrant 3. Beta, you need to turn on your mics, sit in a separate room and keep answering me, Else, every time I will ask and you will unmute, it will take a while. So minus 3, I will start with 0 because we always start with origin. And I will go minus 3 here because x is minus 3. So this is minus 3. Now I will go 4 step down, minus 4. So this is the point. This is point minus 3 minus 4. Can you see on the screen, everyone? Mayer, Nasser?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's great. So now for the second point, 0 minus 2. This kind of question will definitely come in the paper and you need to take these marks. All right. So for the second point, 0 minus 2. So I am again standing at the origin.
That would also be in quadrant.
It's not the quadrant point. 0 minus 2 is not in any quadrant. It is a point on the axis. Why? Because x is 0. So it means we will not go anywhere. So x is 0 means that we will not go on the x-axis. I am still on the origin because x की value is 0. And x is only 0 when it is on the origin. Now I have to go y is equal to minus 2. So I will go this direction. So this is the point. Which point is this? This is 0 minus 2. And I told you before also, this point is called which intercept? This is y-intercept. Why it is called y-intercept? Because x part is 0 and this point will intercept y-axis. Are you getting this point, 8th class? 0 minus 2 is called y-intercept because this point will intercept y-axis. All right? Are you getting this, Pete?
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
So now for 3 0, I'm standing at the origin again. So x is 3. It means I need to go in this direction. 1, 2, and 3. So this is x is equal to 3. Now y is 0. It means this is the point I'm looking for. This is 0.30. And this is called x-intercept. Why it is called x-intercept? Because this is
Ma'am, because it
intercepting
will
x.
intercept x.
Very nice. Because it will, intercept x-axis. So basically this first point is the quadrant 3 point, but the next 2 points are intercepts. Intercepts are not point of the quadrant. They are points on the axis. All right. So now these are the 3 points. What I will do now? I will put a scale and I will join these 3 points very carefully. All right. So I'm not going to do right now because I cannot draw a straight line. All right. So now moving on to C part. Can you tell me what would be the solution point? Can anyone tell me what would be the solution point of these two lines?
Ma'am, 30.
30.
03.
03 तो नहीं होगा. This is the point. You can see this point is on this line as well as on the black line. So 30 is a common point. Solution point क्या होता है हमारे पास? Solution point is the point where the two lines intersect each other. This was the first line, the black one, which was already there. I'm making the second line, blue line. So this blue line and the black line intersect at this point. This is your solution point. Solution point is 30. So now if you want to verify, so you can verify. Verification is for your own sake. You can put x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 0 in both equations and you can verify it. All right. So moving on to the next question. So I want Mar to read the question. Mar, can you read the question? Bete, question number 17. Quickly, please. Mar, are you there, bete?
Ma'am, Maria says these digits have one. Yes, ma'am.
Ji, bete, please read.
Maria says these digits have one line of symmetry and rotational symmetry of order 3. Is she correct? If not, explain her mistake.
All right, it's a 2 marks question in the paper. So Maria is saying that these digits are having rotational symmetry of order 3 and line of symmetry equal to 1. So what do you think? Is she right or wrong? Is she correct?
Wrong.
Wrong. So first of all, we will write down she is wrong because it is in the question. Is she correct? So you will answer that question. She is wrong. So now you need to explain her mistake. So how can we explain her mistake? So if you are
Ma'am,
going
can
to
I?
solve this, Ji Sara.
Ma'am, because like from the looks of it, there's no line of symmetry and there's like one rotational symmetry.
All right. So if you are taking this 45 together, so then there is, Sara is right. There is 0 line of symmetry and rotational symmetry is 1. But the question says these digits. So you can answer this question in 2 ways. If you are taking it together, 45, so you will write down this is having 0 line of symmetry and rotational symmetry of order 1. But if you are taking the 2 digits separately, so then you can say for digit 4, rotational symmetry would be 1 and line of symmetry would be 0. For digit 5, so who can tell me what would be the rotational symmetry for digit 5?
Ma'am, 2.
It would be 2. And what about the line of symmetry?
1.
How?
Oh wait, no, 2.
2? Like how?
Ma'am, one horizontally and one vertically.
But if I draw a horizontal line of reflection line, so this should come here. This line should come here now. So basically 5 is not having line of symmetry, but if it is like this, then there would be horizontal and maybe the vertical line. But right now there is none. So it is also 0.
Okay.
Send Mustafa down. Nashta. Okay. So moving on to next question. Next question is calculate the missing angle. And interestingly, this is a 5 marks question in the paper. So what are the 2 steps we need to follow? We need to find out this unknown angle x. So anyone, Marosh, Sania, Hanan,
Ma'am, can I tell?
Ariba, Jeevite. Who is there?
Ma'am,
Sania?
ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have
Jeevite.
solved it by using the property like n minus 2 is equal to 180. Multiply by
That's right.
180.
That's right. So before applying the property of interior angle, we need to find out what is the total interior angle of this polygon. So this we will solve this question in 2 steps. First of all, we will find out total interior angle. And secondly, we will find out x. All right. So we will write down total interior angle. So which formula is this? N minus 2 into 180 degree. What
180.
is n? Now, sir, what is n in this figure? How many angles?
7.
7. So it is 7 minus 2. So what is 5 into 180?
900.
900. So it's a heptagon basically. It's a 7 corner shape. And we know that the total interior angle of a heptagon is 900. So now the first step is done. Now to find x, I will use property of interior angle. I will say if we add all these 7 angles, so that would be equal to 900 degree. So the property of interior angle of heptagon or polygon you can write down. Okay. I will add all the 7 angles because this is a good 5 marks question. X plus 92, I will not skip any part. Plus 150, plus 155, plus 85, plus 120, plus 160 is equal to 900. If we add all these 7 angles, that would be equal to 900 degree. Can anyone tell me what was the sum?
Ma'am, it was 762.
762. Sum of all the angles. So now x would be 900 minus
138.
762. Excellent. So it is 138 degree. And that is a sensible answer because this is obtuse angle. And I can see from the figure that x is also an obtuse angle. Bigger than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. All right. So now moving on to question number 19. Question number 19 and is basically 8 marks question. And the both parts of this question are from the topic statistics. The last topic we have done. So question is that this is a data show the number of siblings of 100 students. Find the mean number of siblings. So basically, I need to find out x bar. And I know x bar is equal to, who can tell me the formula? Can you tell me the formula? Nasser, what is the formula of x bar? What is mean of
Ma'am,
group
sigma,
data?
ma'am,
Very
sigma
nice.
FX,
Sigma,
FX
sigma
divided
fx
by
by. Very
sigma F.
good. So this is the formula. So now out of these 2 columns, which one is f and which one is x? Which one is x and which one is f?
Ma'am, number of siblings is X and frequency is F.
Very right. Frequency is written. So frequency is definitely f. And number of siblings are x. So do I need to find out the middle value?
No.
Should I? No, why not? Why not?
Ma'am, we will find out.
We will find out. So why yes and why no? Anyone? Why we should find out the middle value and why we should not find out the middle value?
I'm really sure because like it's already given. Because in some question once we did, it was like a range of numbers that
Excuse me,
between
ma'am.
this to this. But this is just
Very,
there.
very right. That's right. So we will not find the mid value because x
Ma'am.
is already one number. Ji Hanan?
Yes.
Ji bete? Or you were saying the same thing?
Ma'am.
So when do we... Ji
Ma'am,
ji.
can I tell steps?
Ji ji Hussain.
Ma'am, we will add x and f, and then we will write that answer in the fx. Then we will all
Hold on.
together
Hussain?
add f.
Hussain? We will
Yes,
add
ma'am.
f and x. F and x is added
Yes, ma'am.
or multiplied?
Multiplied. Sorry, ma'am.
Multiplied.
We
Multiplied.
will multiply
That's
fx, and then our answer will be in fx result. Then we will add these fx and f.
That's right. We will calculate sigma f from here
In the
and
fraction
sigma
in
f.
fraction sum, and then we will divide. And yes, man, sigma fx and sigma f, and then we will get our answer by dividing
All right. So can you tell me the multiplication answers? What is 0 into 15?
Ma'am, 0.
0.
0. What is 39 into 1?
39.
39.
What is
Ma'am,
24 into 2?
39.
That's
48.
right. What is 48? What is 17 into 3?
48. 48.
All right. What is 17 into 3?
Ma'am, 20. Or that 4, 5.
Yeah, that's 20. So now what is sigma
Ma'am,
f? I
47.
already know.
Of 50.
No, ma'am, it
So I
would be 51, ma'am.
51 is already done. I have already filled the table. So sigma f, it is given to me also that it's 100 students. So I know that if I add all these frequencies, I will get 100. Sigma fx is, can anyone tell me quickly? I think so 168. It is 168 if you add all the values of fx. So now I have to put these values in the formula. 168 by 100. Who can tell me decimal answer? When 168 is divided by 100, what will be the answer in decimal?
Ma'am, it's 158.
Oh, is it 158?
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
sure, bete?
Ma'am, isn't it 1.68?
Hmm,
1.68.
1.68.
that's right. The sum is,
Ma'am,
I have
ma'am,
written
it's
the,
1.68. It's
so just give me a minute. Basically, this is
Ma'am,
wrong.
because
It was,
we...
that's right, Sarah. But the addition is wrong. It is 158. 158 by 100 would be?
1.58.
That's right, 1.58. Because
Ma'am,
there is a
because we are
decimal
dividing
at the
it by
end.
100, so we just take away two
That's
place values.
That's right, because decimal is at the end of the at the end of 158, so we can move the decimal two places backward. So 1.58. But what is the unit? 1.58. What is the unit? I am finding mean of
Ma'am,
what?
siblings?
Sibling.
So
The siblings?
can siblings be in decimal?
No.
No, ma'am.
So then what should I do? When I was writing the unit, so I figured out that I cannot write siblings with 1.58. What should I do then?
Round it off.
Round it off. So 1.58 cannot be the answer of this word problem because siblings cannot be in decimal. So what will the final answer be? 1.58 rounded off to whole number. What will be the answer?
2?
Ma'am, 2.
2.
Because the last digit
sibling.
is above than 5.
That's right. Like this digit is 5. So if you will round it off, this 5 will give a share, and it is 2 siblings. So now this is very important. Out of these 4 marks in the of this question, 1 mark is for the correct answer. So when you were writing the unit with the answer, you have figured out that the siblings cannot be in decimals. So you have rounded it off. So probably the marking key of this question will be having 2 in the answer. So if you will leave the question here, so you will still lose 1 mark because you have not understood the question properly. All right. Are you getting this 8th class? That the meaningful answer to the question is also, important in word problems. That's why I tell you that always write down the unit with the answer so that you are having an idea that are you giving a sensible answer to this word problem. All right. That making sense?
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to last question. Last question is basically a question where you need to construct a histogram. So we need to put these values and we need to create a histogram. So first of all, which one is X and which one is F? What do you think? Number of students or their weight?
Number of students.
Number of
Student is
students.
X.
That's right. So number of students are F and weight is X. It means that 4 students are having weight between 65 to 70. So 4 is basically frequency. Are you getting this? So why it is important to recognize these values? Because the frequency is on the y-axis and the x is on the x-axis. So weight will be on the x-axis and the frequency would be on the y-axis. So now simply I will start with the heartbeat and then I can make, 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is kind of free marks in the paper. This first group is 65 to 70. Second is 70 to 75. Next is 75 to 80. And the last is 80 to 85. So these are the 4 bars. So now on the y-axis, I need to write down the values from 4 till 10. So I can start with 2 probably. This is 2, 4. Try to have the equal interval 6, 8, and 10. So this is 10. Now I will take the
Ma'am, 2
scale.
minutes are left.
Wait, 2 minutes are left. No. So it's like 70 minutes class. I'm still having 15 minutes. I will leave you 10 minutes early so that you can have a 20 minutes break
मैम वो
together.
आपने वो एक्सक्यूज मी मैम वो आपने जो रिकॉर्डिंग की है उसमें 1 hour 8 minutes लिखा हुआ आ रहा है.
But I have joined few minutes earlier. Class finishes at 10:10.
Okay.
So I will leave you 10 minutes early. Okay. We still have some time. So this is 4. So first bar I will make from here. और बेटे learn this well because this is kind of very easy. और ये पेपर में आता होता है, ऐसी बात नहीं है. 4, second bar should be having height of 10. So it will be approximately here. When you will do it with a scale, it would be a better drawing. I'm just making a rough sketch so that you are having an idea. How much height this is having? 4. The second bar is having height 10. Third bar is having height 8. So somewhere here. Are you getting this idea, 8 class? And the last is again 4. So this is the last one. This is the graph. Just this much graph for the 4 marks in the paper. So there are two mistakes which students usually do. First one, that they, uh, you know, they cannot understand that which is frequency and which is x. So you need to remember where the repetition is, that is your frequency. Frequency always will be on the y-axis and x will always be on the x-axis. So second mistake which students usually do is that they forget that histograms are basically a continuous data. So you should not be leaving spaces in between. Myra, are you getting this point, bete? There should be no space between the bars. Bars should all be joined together.
Yeah.
All right. So this was the last question in the paper also. So, now the paper is finished. So for the remaining 15 minutes, what we are going to do is that I'm going to share a worksheet related to number sequences. Today's homework will also be from the same topic. We are revising the third topic, which is number sequences. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for now, and I will, share the screen again when there would be that worksheet would be ready. All right. So just give me a minute. So that I can open that worksheet for you. So those who joined late, I told you guys that I will share a video in which the homework of this paper is thoroughly discussed. In the first few minutes of that video, you can just self-check your homework. All right. All right, but I'm going to share the screen again. You need to tell me, can you share the screen? Can you see the screen? Assalamu alaikum, Abdullah. I can see. Abdullah, beta, you need to join the classes on time. Zainab is also here. Assalamu alaikum, Zainab.
Alaikum assalam, ma'am.
So, beta, I'm going to share the screen again so that you can just give me a minute. Can you can you see the screen, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's great. So this is the worksheet we are going to solve in that class related to sequences. So I want you to bring your notebooks also so that we can solve these questions on the notebook. So you can use any rough copy for that also, bete. The practice notebook which we had, so that you are doing hands-on practice also. So question number 1 of worksheet is find a formula for the general term of each sequence. So can anyone tell me what is general term formula?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Ji bete Amna.
A n is equal to a1 and in bracket n minus 2 multiply by d.
N minus 2. This is Sania. or Amna?
Ma'am, n minus 1. Sorry.
N minus 1 into D.
I can't
What?
see the screen.
Hussein, try joining the class again. Rest of you can see the screen, bete?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Hussein, can you see it now? Maybe it is loading.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am,
Ji, bete, Sara. Ji, ji.
isn't it A1 plus n minus 1D?
It is, bete. So if you will miss the sign, you will get confused later on. So you need to remember A1 plus n minus 1 multiplied by D. There is a multiplication sign with D, but there is a plus sign after A1. All right. So this is the general term formula. Hussein, can you see the screen now?
Where we have to solve this worksheet?
Better you can do it on practice notebook maybe so that you are, practicing along with me. So that how to solve these questions because there are negative signs also. Some negative decreasing sequences they are. Hussein, can you see the screen now better so that I can start?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I can
All
see.
right. So bete out, this is the formula we will be using. So in this formula, there are 4 variables, A1, AN, A1, N and D. Remember that we need to put only 2 values. We will put only value of A1 and D to find out the general term formula. So in the first part, what is A1?
17.
17. A1 is the first term. What is D? What is D, Nasser? What is D?
11 minus 17.
Very nice. 11 minus 17. Second term minus first term. So it is minus 6. And that makes sense also because it is a decreasing sequence. You can see the first term was 17 and now it's getting smaller and smaller. 17, 11, 5 minus 1. So D is minus 6. So now I can use formula. I will write down using formula AN is equal to A1 plus N minus 1 into D. So I will replace A1 with 17 plus N minus 1 multiplied with minus 6. So now while opening this bracket, I will be very careful because this is minus. So this minus sign will change the signs inside. So it will be 17. This minus n minus 6 will be multiplied with plus n. So it will be minus 6n. Minus into minus 6 into minus 1 would be plus 6. So the final AN is equal to 17 plus 6 is 23. 23 minus 6n. Now the verification. This is the formula I have, you can say, calculated. You can see on your screen, this is the formula. Now I can verify. Verification is only for your own sake. So I can do it mentally also. If I put n is equal to 1, so 23 minus 6, that is 17. That makes sense. If I put n as 4, so it would be 23 minus n would be 4, so it will be 23 minus 24, which is minus 1. That makes sense. Are you getting this point, Bite? 8 class, any confusion in this topic?
No, ma'am.
All right. So can you solve the rest of the, you can say, sequences? So I will give you the
Ma'am?
rest of the sequences as a homework. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have to do it on practice notebook or the like normal notebook.
So Bite, if as a homework, you can do it on the notebook. All right. So these are the rest of the questions. Please solve it. I will share this worksheet in the class group also. So please complete this worksheet on your notebook. Okay, calculate D carefully because D would be negative. They're all decreasing sequences. So moving on to question number 2. Question number 2 is, given that the first term and the common difference, you need to calculate general term formula and the next 3 terms of the sequence. So how can I calculate general term formula for this sequence? A1 is given, D is given. Can I calculate the general term formula?
Yes,
We
yes,
will
ma'am.
use it.
Using which formula? An is equal to A1 plus
N
N
minus
N
minus
minus
1.
1
multiply by
into
D.
D. So I will put A1 as 35 plus N minus 1 into D is minus 20. So now I will simply open the brackets. 35, because the D is minus, so you need to be careful. It will be minus 20N plus 20. So the final answer is 55 minus 20N. So now I need to calculate the first 3 terms also. So I will do that using the formula. So how I am going to do that? Because I know that the formula is AN is equal to 55 minus 20N. So how can I find the first 3 terms? If I put N is equal to 1, so this formula will become A1 is equal to, I am replacing N with 1. A1 is equal to 55 minus 20. What is A1? 55 minus 20. What is the answer? 8 class. What will be A1?
Ma'am, 35.
35.
That's right, 35. So now I will put N is equal to 2 because in the question they said find the first 3 terms. So I will use formula to find out the terms. So now I am calculating A2. So I will put N is equal to 2 in the formula. So N would be 2.
10 हो गए M 10
55 minus 2 into 20 into 2. So now the second term of this sequence is 55 minus 40. It is 15. You can see the first term is 35, second is 15. So this sequence is decreasing by 20. N is equal to 3 because I need to find out 3 terms. A3 would be 55 minus 20 into 3. So it would be 55 minus 60. Hussain, what will be 55 minus 60? 55 minus 60. It would be,
-5.
that's right, it is minus 5. So I have calculated the general term formula because in the question they are asking me 2 things. I have calculated general term formula. This is your one answer. And I have calculated.
all of them.
You will not verify. You're already verifying it using the formula. This is your sequence. So you need to give 2 answers in this question. Just look at this. General term and the next 3 terms. So I have calculated general term formula and I have calculated the 3 terms. So this is my general term formula and this is my sequence. So if you know A1 and D, so you can calculate both of them. You can find out the sequence and you can find out the general term formula. So using the similar method, which I have done in A part, you need to find out the remaining parts. Can you do that in the homework? Can you
Yes,
solve the
ma'am.
rest of the 4 parts?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now the third question. So I want you to attempt this third question also on your own. All right. And the fourth also. So in the class tomorrow, we will start with the discussion of this question number 3 and 4. All right. This T6 and T9 means term 6, term 9. Yani A6 and A9. All right. Try out this worksheet. I will share this worksheet as a homework today, and we will discuss and self-check it tomorrow in the class. All right. So with that, I'm going to end the class. So take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. So please try to be in time in the class so that you are not missing anything important. So good to see you all in the class. Take care. Allah Hafiz. See you tomorrow.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am.
Allah Hafiz, everyone.